Massive contract, 4 years, $72 million from the Jaguars, joining us live. So he grew up in Scottsdale, and then he ended up, it's like a dream come true with the Arizona Cardinals. And then at some point, they're winning games, and somebody calls up Christian, and they said, hey, man, we like you a lot. You're going to leave your hometown. You're going to leave your home team. Was it hard for you?
Yeah, it definitely was. Having all my friends and family and, growing up locally in the Valley, everybody was there every step of the way for my first 4 years in the NFL. But just the opportunity to come here to Jacksonville and, play under Coach Pederson and play with Trevor Lawrence and the great roster that we have, it's hard for me to turn down. And just really excited for the new opportunity and a new fresh start, here in Jacksonville.
Okay, Doug's the older coach, played in the NFL. Kliff's the younger coach, college guy. Do you notice a big difference in their tempo and the way they coach?
They're actually, relatively similar. I've heard from a lot of players that have either played under Doug or, coaches that have, worked with him as well that, he's a player's coach and, creates a great culture here in the building, which, we've been experiencing, these past couple of weeks, start of OTAs. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. And, he's all ball and just a great, intelligent mind and, just really excited to see, what we do, offensively, under him.
Not all quarterbacks are the same. You've got a big Southern tall kid now from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. I think he's already married, young guy. Kyler was a baseball guy, smaller, runs around, kind of his own personality. There's a bunch of stories out now that, Arizona's culture's no good and everybody's fighting. Are you surprised by all the noise around your former team?
A little bit because, I don't know where that narrative comes from, from being in the locker room for, those 4 years. At no time that I felt like our culture or the locker room was, toxic or, there was any type of frustration or, people didn't want to be there. I can at least speak for myself and a majority of others that, it was a great place to come in every day and to go to work. And we were all collectively working hard to work towards one goal, as is all other teams. But in no means would I say that the culture was, bad or toxic.
Were you close to Kyler?
I was. I would like to say I was one of the closer guys to him.
So you didn't have, and people say he's very, he does his own thing. He's quiet. You got along with him. You're personable. You got along with him.
Yeah. And I've known Kyler, since high school and, we played 1 year together at Texas A&M and, we have a great relationship and our relationship stayed the same, when he came to Arizona. And so, he's laid back and, he's a little bit more reserved. I mean, as am I, but he loves, winning football games and competing at the highest level.
Are you surprised? How surprised are you with the money being handed out by wide receivers? It used to be, teams that let a wide receiver go if he got too expensive. Now it's a bidding war. You guys are like oceanfront real estate. It's a bidding war to get wide receivers. What do you make of it?
Well, I tend to see, people blaming me for the chaos that the receiver market has been attracting this offseason. But, the way I look at it, it was bound to happen. Guys like Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, they were going to get those deals regardless, especially where the cap is, how much money the league's bringing in every year. And, you just see the way different positions are getting paid. Guys are just going to start getting paid more. And, our position has been at the forefront. And so I know it's been, like I said, attracting a lot of attention, but I believe the receiver position has, if not the most, one of the most, impactful, outcomes and positions, on the field. So, it is a good feeling to be on the forefront of it, but not surprised by it.
Think about this. Go back to your high school days until where you are to now and how the rules have changed. I keep theorizing. The bottom line is it used to be that defense owned the middle of the field. Like receivers didn't want to go down there and get whacked. Now it's yours. Everybody wants to go over the middle of the field. If you go back to when you started football until today, do you feel more comfortable just going over the middle and not worrying about a strong safety? Because to be honest with you, you're protected now largely by rules.
You are protected, especially when it comes to getting hit in the head or neck area. But, going over the middle now, guys tend to take, lower shots. And so I would honestly say that, it's still, you're protected, obviously for the head and neck injuries, but now your lower extremities are exposed because now you have to worry about guys cutting your ankles out, cutting your knees out. And so, I mean, there is still a little bit of worry, not when you're going across the middle, stuff you have to look out for.
By the way, Jacksonville spent a lot of money on free agency. Are you worried at all about chemistry because there's so many new pieces?
Not at all. I mean, especially the type of guys that, we've brought in here are all high character guys and guys that are going to, help come in and, change the culture and bring a winning culture and winning attitude, every day. And so, like I said, we've just brought in great guys that are, one, great at performing and doing what they're supposed to do on Sunday, but great guys in the locker room, just great guys to be around. And so I think that's, why we're most confident in, the additions that we've added and looking forward to doing that in the draft.
Well, everybody's blaming Christian Kirk now. He just messed it all up with that big old bag of money. He's partnered with Rockin' Protein, 30 G's of protein, real Shamrock Farms milk, local grocery stores, convenience stores, Rockin' Protein made with 30 grams of protein. Don't listen to anybody. Go buy yourself. Down there in Jacksonville, there's a lot of oceanfront stuff, Christian. Don't listen to anybody. You go look at that oceanfront stuff, okay?
All right, sounds good. I'll take your word for it.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.